right, well, I'll get started in a minute. You know I'm videoing it already, and so are they. I had to wear my hair down on the windiest day. All right, so we are here to empower our women to travel. So let's get started. Who here would get very intimidated by this track? Is there anyone that would be scared of this, worried? Yep. And why is that? Daunting? So then you worry about it. But while you're worrying about it, you're not enjoying your time away. I am the biggest panic merchant. I will see something, I'll have a panic, and I will have a complete tantrum. My husband finds it hilarious. I do not. But I will have the biggest meltdown, and then I'll go drive it, and I'll go, oh, see how easy that was? So it was for nothing. So if you keep worrying, you're not going to see the good parts. You're not going to enjoy it. And you'll see there I've got my 5 Ps. These are my 5 Ps of getting through something. If you follow that, you're going to enjoy your time away. You need to have that passion. You need to enjoy it. And things are going to go wrong. It's never a matter of if it goes wrong, it's when. And you've got to be prepared for when that happens. So a little bit about what we're going to talk today. So I'm going to talk obviously who I am, because there's probably a good percentage here that don't know who I am. So we're going to go through that. We're also going to go through the trends, what have been happening, why women are starting to get into this, our challenges, our triumphs, hair everywhere. Yeah, challenges, triumphs, empowering through all the traveling, and tips and tricks, because I do have a bit of my own as well. So there's some lovely photos up there of myself. So let's go from the second photo. These are my 2 lovely boys. So I have 2 kids, well 4 in total. I got 2 step kids, but 2 kids as well. So I have Luke and Michael. Now Luke is 5, Michael is 6 months. I also have my biggest supporter, cheerleader, the biggest person behind me all times, and that is my lovely husband. If it wasn't for him, Girls' Day Out wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be existing, and I wouldn't have the confidence to do what I do, let alone share it with everyone else. That last photo there, for people that have been on to our events and that, or seen videos, that is my 2006 Nissan Patrol. That is Miss Archie. So a little bit of backstory about Miss Archie. I actually bought her in Geelong. I'm Queensland based. So I bought her in Geelong about 10 years ago, and she had a big old Darchie sticker across the front windscreen. Now by the time I actually got home to Brisbane, that D at the front of Darchie fell off. So that's where she got her name Archie. And you'll see there's obviously a lovely, lovely photo of myself. One thing I've always struggled with, especially since having kids, is my identity and getting out and going, I am myself. I'm not just a mum. I'm not just a wife. I'm a mum. I'm me. I have been doing four-wheel driving and adventuring for 10, 15 years, before my husband, before my kids. All right, so the rise of female travellers. In about 2017, that's when four-wheel drive groups, female four-wheel drive groups, mainly established. Don't get me wrong, there was other four-wheel drive groups out there that had female sections or ladies' days and that sort of stuff, but it wasn't widely accepted. It wasn't until 2016 that they had to make the push for female-only groups, and you've got, I think, about 20 or 30 now that are just female-based. 2019 is when I birthed Girls' Day Out. For those that don't know what it is, Girls' Day Out is a female-focused four-wheel drive and adventure workshop. We go around the country, we teach women how to go four-wheel driving, camping, exploring, adventuring. So it's not just four-wheel drive based, it's not just camping based, it is everything. And 2020, that's a big milestone, especially for you guys down here. But 2020 is when COVID hit. And I don't know about you guys, but for us, as soon as we got lockdowns or anything, we were out. We weren't near the cities, we all went out. We went out west, went out Fraser, Moreton, we disappeared. This is when the rise started to come, because women, along with their partners, were going, I want to explore, I want to see what's going on. I don't want to be stuck in the city while everyone else is locked down. So this is when it started to rise even more. So some people may disagree with this, but a lot of women in the industry have a lot of challenges. We do have some positive triumphs, we do, but we do have a lot of challenges, and this could be going from the simple of how we get spoken to or treated when we walk into a workshop, a retail shop, or an environment. And this is where we try and bridge that gap. So my biggest thing is your recognition. If you don't know something, don't feel ashamed to ask, because everyone, male, female, doesn't matter, had to learn from somewhere. 9 out of 10 times, a lot of the guys just go, oh, I'll just figure it out. The woman brain, or the female brain, doesn't work like that. We sit there, we overanalyze it, we overthink it, and then we'll get to the end point and still want to ask 10,000 questions. That's how we work. So, getting that recognition, you've got to learn it from somewhere. This then creates the equality. So we want to create that bridge of, hey, I can do it too. I'm not aiming to be better than you. I'm not aiming to show how good I am at it. I just want to show you that I can do it. And with that comes the confidence, because without giving it a go, you don't gain that confidence. And let's be honest, half the time women struggle in the industry is confidence-based, because you second guess yourself, and you don't need to. You can do it. Your vehicle is capable. You are capable. You can do it. And the last thing with there is safety. Over the years, it has gotten so much better. But most women are scared to go out and travel by themselves, because what happens if something goes wrong? If I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere and I've got no reception, I don't have anyone else with me, what do I do? So safety is a big thing. This is when you prepare, and we'll go through some safety things in a moment. But this is when you prepare. This is usually why most women won't go out and travel by themselves, because they get scared. And I don't blame them. Okay, so we want to empower each other. And this isn't just female-based, this is everyone-based. We should be empowering everyone to get out. Males, females, doesn't matter what you are, who you are, kids, dogs, everything. We should be going out and explore. We have a beautiful country. We have beautiful things to see. So why aren't we seeing it? So we need to empower each other. That doesn't mean degrading people just because you get bogged and making fun of them. It means getting out and helping them, growing with them, because you don't know. They might be completely scared. They might have panicked. They might have hurt themselves, and they bogged down. So now they're panicking even more because they're overthinking everything. So empowering each other and giving each other the confidence, because there's nothing more amazing, especially solo travelers. If it's your first one and you go out, do your first solo travel and come home and you go, I've done that. I've done that by myself with no one's help. There is nothing more amazing than that feeling of leaving camp and going, I've done this, or doing your first tire change, or doing your first minor service, setting up your caravan, your swag, whatever you got. There is nothing more confidence building than going, I've just done that by myself. I haven't struggled, I've done it. Along with that, you then grow. You have that skill, which means that there might be someone else next to you in camp next time that you might see is struggling a little bit. This gives you the opportunity to go, right, I've been there, let's help them. And you can help and you grow. You are passing on your knowledge and your experience and your confidence to the next person. So you are growing. It's like a little tree, I call it. You got to build up your confidence, and then when you grow, you're growing out your leaves, you're growing out your tree to help other people. With that, and you'll see this quite frequently, joy. When you do something, doesn't matter what it is in this planet, if you do something and you get really confident about it and you feel amazing about it, what's the one thing you feel after? Joy, because you've done that. At our events, I've had ladies type our tire punctures. Really, really, really hard to do. They can be extremely hard to do. And I've had women go, I can't do that. And they do it, and afterwards they go, I've done that. Oh my God, I've done that. And you can see the confidence, the growth, and the joy that they have in their face after to go, I've done that. Now I'm confident and I can go out if something happens. All right, so community and support. Believe it or not, there is a lot of support out there for women to help them grow and travel and explore. So, training. There is four-wheel drive trainings out there that do special ladies' days. There's also your other groups. There is also awareness courses, which is what we are. We are an awareness course, but we do things a little bit differently. We do everything. We don't just do four driving or towing. We do everything. You've got your groups. You've got some ladies-only groups. If you don't feel like that's for you, you might have other groups that are unisex with female sections or have ladies' days and things like that. I know, especially in Queensland, we have heaps. We have heaps of state groups. So we have four-wheel drive in Queensland, where they have a dedicated area just for ladies. They have a dedicated days just for ladies. They will even go out to camp and they'll tell all the fellas, you just sit at camp, we're going to go out and explore. So there is that. It's just finding it. The other thing, if you go out and explore, you get to make new friends. You make new friends, you can travel. We've had it at a lot of our events where we've had ladies that have lived in the same vicinity for so long, never met each other. We've had a few of them that actually recently widowed and they've never been able to travel. They have this van, they don't know where to go, how to use it, how to hitch up to it, where to go. So we give them that confidence to go, and then with that, they've just made new friends. We've got two ladies that actually go travelling together now. They never met prior to our events, but they both live in the same area, they both have the same circumstance, and they've both given each other the confidence to go, right, let's go out this weekend. It's finding people like that. Okay, my tricks. I have tricks and I have tips. Use your apps. This could be New Tracks, HEMA maps. Use your apps. This doesn't necessarily mean Facebook groups and things like that. It means your physical mapping apps. You've got ones like New Tracks, who will actually give you the grading for sections. It's not 100% accurate, but it's close. But it'll give you an idea of, okay, so that's as extreme. Maybe that's not for me. Or that road's closed, not use that. You've also got things like wiki camps and other ones that have free camps on it. There is plenty out there app-wise. A checklist. I am the biggest checklist person. I think I have about 20 checklists I will go through before I go anywhere. And I actually use a Google checklist. So it means that when we go away, I can still tick things off. So when I go to put everything back in the car after, I can tick it off to go, right, everything's here. Or if I don't need something, I write a little note next to it and go, let's not bring that next time. Parents with kids, you'll understand, you bring everything. And the last thing I want to do is every time I go out camping is to bring everything in the kitchen sink. So I do very minimal checklists for the boys with what they need necessity-wise. Last thing there, make mistakes. Because if you don't make mistakes, you're not going to learn. You're going to learn if you go up the wrong track and you've got a van on the back and you go, no, that track's not for me. And you've got to reverse that van out. Yes, you're going to have a panic. You're going to freak out, you're going to panic, especially if you're new to it all. But the best thing with that is you made a mistake before doing that, and now you're going to remember, let's not do that again. Let's get out and check it. Gordon Country up in Queensland, there is an access, and I made fun of every time we go there, but there is an access just before you hit the play park. There is a creek to the side. Now, if my car is quite large, I don't generally get sunk too often. This creek, however, sunk my car. Now, to put it in perspective, my mirror on my car is here. So she's pretty tall, and I sunk her because I didn't think about it, I didn't check it, and I made a mistake. Where now, I check everything like 4 or 5 times because I don't want my car smelling like wet dog anytime soon, because it's not great, and then I have to clean it out. So I've made that mistake, so I'll make sure, no matter how many times I check it, but I will now go in and go, I'm going to check it again, and check it again, and then before I drive it, I'm going to check it again, just to make sure, just in case it's changed in a minute. But now I overthink that section, because I've made that mistake. All right, my tips, prepare. So this does not just mean making sure you got everything packed. This is not just meaning that you've checked over a few things in the car. This means that you're checking over road closures, making sure that everything's functioning out on the road, what you got to pay for, if you've got national parks you need to pay for. Along with that, checking your vans from top to bottom, checking your car from top to bottom. That doesn't mean just mechanical. That means nuts, bolts, winches if you have them, electronics if you have them, fridges. Pull my hair down on the worst day. Fridges if you have them, checking over everything. Along with that, recovery kits. This is a big one. Checking over every strap in your recovery kit, because you might have used it 6 months ago just to pull out someone else and you never really thought about it, but it was covered in sand or mud or dirt. But now it's corroded it a little bit. Now it's stuck in the fibres and now it's got massive tears in it where you might have forgotten about that. So then let's say you go get stuck on your next trip, you don't have a strap. Now what? That's when the panic sets in, and that's where you make a mistake and you learn from that mistake. But if you check this all prior, you're prepared. Research, as I said, double checking national parks, double checking the costings, road closures, a very good one actually. My husband just came back from WA doing a trip and he was stuck just before Birdsville because Birdsville was closed. And because they weren't smart and they didn't check prior, and me being me, I was checking over everything because I was on the phone. He's gone, I'm stuck here for another day or two, either that or I've got to go back through the Flinders Ranges and then come up that way. And that wasn't an option. So we were sitting there ringing the local cop shop in Birdsville, ringing the bakery and the pub and everything, going, right, when are we opening roads? Can we figure it out so we can have a schedule and a time? Where they did not plan and research at all, because if they researched, they would have realised, one, it's starting a wet season out there, which if anyone's done Birdsville or Flinders Ranges in that zone, wet season, no go. It is very hard to get through there because the roads are usually closed because they usually slop. So it's doing that research. If they did that, they would have known, oh, we'll just do Flinders Ranges and come back up another way. Last thing, while you're stressing about everything and panicking what can go wrong and trying to rush everything into the car and get the van ready because you wanted to leave at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and it's now midnight and you're not ready, or whatever the case may be, enjoy it. There is no point sitting there at camp stressing, oh no, my car's not starting, something's going wrong. Have your little stress, but then sit there and enjoy, because while you're stressing about all of it, you might have not seen the beautiful lookout that you have, the amazing campsite you have, the amazing memories that you're about to make, because you're sitting at camp stressing about what can go wrong. Enjoy it. Believe it or not, the stress is not going to go anywhere. It's still going to be there. So enjoy it while you can. Explore. It's pretty simple. Explore the country while you can. There is a lot of roads that are starting to close, especially up Queensland Way. We've got a lot of roads heading up towards the Cape that they're starting to make bitumen now, which means all the old fun stuff you can't do anymore. It's getting worse and worse, so explore while you can, because you don't want to turn around tomorrow and go, oh, I wish I did that, because then you have regrets, and you don't want to have regrets. You want to enjoy this beautiful country, and it is a gorgeous country. So I do have to thank you for people that sat in the sun. Thank you guys for coming. I know it's for you guys it's probably a hot day. For me, it's a beautiful day. But thank you guys for coming. If you guys do have any questions, come have a chat to me. Yeah, I'll be floating around all day. Thank you guys.